You know, sometimes Donny Deutsch rubs me the wrong way, but today he realized a perfect technique that Republicans always use, and it's one of the techniques that actually get their people riled up, and half the times they don't quite understand that he's playing with that animal, fearful portion of their brain. So I want you to check this out, and then we'll take it on the other side.
I actually think when Stacey Abrams immediately endorsed Senator Manchin's proposal, it became the Stacey Abrams substitute, not the Joe Manchin substitute.
I just want to comment on one thing, Stacey Abrams, and she's such a class act, she wouldn't answer your question when you said, why is Roy Blount, trying to assign the Voting Rights Act to her and not to Joe Manchin? Because she's a black woman. And it's that simple. And it's just, and what's so offensive about that, beyond the obvious racist undertone to it, is the assumption of stupidity of voters. They understand who's bringing this bill, and there's a difference between somebody who's coming forward, a progressive, respected woman who's coming forward endorsing it, versus the one who's bringing the table. Shame on you, Roy Blount.
Roy Blount is a friend, and
it's okay.
I don't think he was saying this just because she's a black woman. I do believe...
Black progressive woman. I'll put the word progressive.
Well, I think the reason Roy Blount is saying this is because they're desperate to get this stuff done because it helps their party, and he is a huge believer that the federal government has no business in elections, period. That the federal government should leave all elections to the states.
That's a great argument, but what does that have to do with bringing Stacey Abrams into it?
Well, because what he is trying to say is that Stacey Abrams and therefore now Joe Manchin are trying to make this all a federal. I'm not here to defend Roy Blount, except I had to say something because I think if the roles were reversed, he would say something.
Okay, got it.
And I wanted to be fair to him. But let's be clear about this. The Republican Party thinks it's a winning strategy to keep people from voting. Young people and people that are black and brown. It's not a winning strategy. You're the branding expert. You are somebody who sees politics day in and day out. Long term, this is not a winning strategy. And nothing, Stacey Abrams mentioned this, and I've said it many times before. You probably get sick of me saying it, Nicole. But telling people we're going to try to keep you from voting, you know what that does? It makes them want to vote.
Absolutely.
It makes them want to vote. So they are creating, I believe, a tsunami of emotion around voting for the midterms next year. Amen. And I think in the long run, it's going to make sure that Mitch McConnell doesn't take over the Senate again.
I agree with what she had to say at the end. I think that a lot more people are going to vote than people expect, and I think a lot of people are going to make that extra effort that Republicans are forcing them to make to get the vote. But I think Claire McCaskill shows something that we see all the time, and that is these people have a problem not calling out folks that are doing things that are patently many times racist, many times sexist, many times using all the isms. They can't call out their friends. You have to do that. But anyhow, Donny Deutsch gets some kudos today because he saw the underlying issue with Senator Blount and what Senator Blount was trying to do to actually get their people, use that part of that mind that still isn't quite well developed, to say it's that black woman, it's Stacey Abrams, and she's trying to do something that may affect you. And if you're not well read, or if you're not able to control your thoughts and control realities, then somehow that gets through. Kudos to Donny Deutsch. Former Senator Claire McCaskill, look, you're a good woman. Please don't allow these guys to continue to do what they do and what they do very well. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.